Hello, and welcome back to the Dirndl Journal. My name is Nina, and in just a few weeks, I will be starting as a cultural representative in Disney World in EPCOT's Germany pavilion. I'm back here in my kitchen because we are going to do another Disney snack at home. And today is a special one because today I'm making pretzel bread pudding. And this is actually something that you can get in the Germany pavilion in EPCOT. You can get it at Sommerfest, which is the quick service location of the Germany pavilion, for about just under $5, I believe. And I've never had it, so I'm very excited to try it and see how it turns out. See if it turns out a little better than the Dole Whip that we made a few weeks ago. The concept of a bread pudding isn't quite common in Germany. I think you can probably best compare it to a French toast, or also in Germany we have something called armer Ritter, poor knight. All of this is a way to do something with bread that has gone stale, with old bread. So it is bread that is soaked in a mixture of milk, cream, sugar, eggs with some cinnamon, and that is essentially what I'm doing here as well. But I'm not going to use normal bread because it's a pretzel bread pudding. I'm going to be using this one here. This is a Lido sort of bread roll type thing. In Germany, this is a very popular kind of dough, which is why you associate pretzels with Germany, and we have it in more different shapes than just pretzels. We have to, as usual, transfer cups into grams and see what comes out of it, and that's going to be an adventure. But join me in the kitchen and we'll get going. So first, what we need to do, essentially, we need to chop up this little bread roll into smaller pieces. It already has gone a little bit stale. It's a little bit hard. I bought it yesterday evening, so it probably wasn't fresh when I bought it. So I cannot rip it because it's too hard to be properly ripped. We will just be cutting it up the old-fashioned way. And we want to have it in smallish enough chunks because ultimately we want to soak this in the milk, egg, cream, sugar mixture, and once it's well soaked, we want to have this fit into a muffin ramekin. This might still be too large, but let's see. And also, once everything is soaked, it will be much more malleable. This is now ready, and we're going to put it in a bowl, mix it with the other ingredients, and then it needs to be refrigerated for 4 to 12 hours. So I'm going to let it sit until tonight. Now we are going to need about 1/5 of a cup of milk, which should be something in the area of 50 milliliters, about 80 milliliters of heavy cream, which is Schlagsahne, some sugar, about 50 grams maybe, 1 egg, which I'm going to whisk a little before I put it in to mix the white and the yolk, some vanilla, some cinnamon, and just a little bit of baking powder. And now we just have to mix everything together. Make sure all the pretzel pieces are well soaked by the sweet cream that we just made. This now looks like this. We're going to cover it with some foil and refrigerate it for about 5 to 6 hours. All right, 5.5 hours have now passed, and we're going to get our bread pudding dough out of the fridge, put it in the muffin ramekins, and put it in the oven. All right, so this is now what it looks like. The bread is well soaked in the mixture, I think, and it kind of got a bit firmer. So now we're going to put this in this cute little muffin form with the little hearts, and then we put it in the oven for about 30 minutes at about 190 degrees Celsius. You might have too much dough though, but let's see, maybe not. Just don't want to bake twice. They're now ready to go in the oven, and I'm very curious what they will look like after. And now, it's ready. Yum! This is beautiful. Look at this. Oh my, perfect. Look how nice and brown they are. Are they cooked though? That is the question. Let's check. Let's determine that, yes, they're cooked. All right, now we're supposed to let them cool for 5 minutes. And then I want to serve them with a vanilla sauce. Actually, the recipe that I used has a part for the vanilla sauce to kind of make it yourself from scratch. But for different reasons, it was really complicated, and it also required some equipment that I didn't have and some ingredients that were really hard to get here in Germany. So I didn't go for that. I just bought some ready vanilla sauce that I'm going to heat up. And then it also requires a caramel drizzle. And instead of buying a huge can of caramel sauce that I'm not going to use, I decided to do something very Disney Germany Pavilion, which is I'm going to melt some Werther's caramel candy and see if I can get them liquefied and use them as a caramel drizzle. So I have no idea if it works like this or not, so I am just going to see what happens with these candy. And next to it, I'm going to do the vanilla sauce in a water bath. This is already melting, look at that. Probably shouldn't burn, so just reduce that heat. I'm going to release those bread puddings from their ramekins. Look at this. This is what they look like. And they smell delicious. I can really smell the cinnamon. Let's take 2. See the little, oh, I guess it's a little hard. Some vanilla sauce. And now let's see what we can do with this caramel here. This is not necessarily, let's see how this looks. I don't know. Not sure this is something I would recommend with the caramel candy. Maybe it still needs some additional milk or something, but I thought it already has potentially, so I don't know. Let's just see what it will do at the end and what it will taste like. This looks quite artsy, if you ask me, with the caramel kind of sculptures here. And now for the big question, what do they taste like? It's really, really soft. Super nice. Super nice. Definitely do this at home. This is approved. I will link the recipe in the description below so you can copy this at home, because this is a recommendation. You can do this at home. You're not going to regret it. And I cannot wait until I'm in Disney World in the Germany Pavilion and I can try the real thing. I can try the pretzel bread pudding at Sommerfest myself and see whether it tastes anything like this. Hopefully even better, maybe not. We will see. Next time we're going to try a savory recipe for a change. I see you next time. Until then, I'm gonna enjoy my cake now. Bye.